The single biggest mistake couples make in a spousal sponsorship application is thinking that it starts the day they download the forms from the IRCC website. It doesn't. Your application in reality begins with your first text message, your first shared vacation, or the first time you met each other's family. Every photograph and every shared bill is a piece of evidence in the most important case you will ever build, the case for your life together. Failing to prove your relationship is real is a top reason for refusal, but it's often not because that love isn't there. It's because the evidence wasn't presented as a clear and consistent story that flows from beginning to end. In this video, I'm going to give you the complete blueprint to turn your relationship history into a convincing, verifiable, and successful application. We will cover first how to identify your correct legal relationship status. Getting this wrong means your application will automatically be refused. Second, a deep dive into the 5 essential pillars of evidence you must have to create a complete picture of your relationship. Third, a practical comparison of spousal versus common law applications to answer the common question, should we get married to improve our chances? Fourth, a start today action plan that you can use no matter what stage your relationship is in. And finally, the most common mistakes that cause even genuine applications to be rejected. By the end of this video, you will have a clear, actionable strategy to build an organized collection of your life together, designed to prove that it's the real deal. Let's begin. Hi, if you're new to my channel, I'm Bella. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. My job is to help aspiring immigrants like you develop a personalized strategy that makes your journey to Canada as simple and stress-free as possible. That's the work I do with my clients every day, and it's the same guidance I'll be sharing with you right here. First, you have to apply under the right category. This is the very first step, as each one has its own very specific rules you have to meet. Spouse. This means you're legally married to your sponsor. The marriage has to be legal both in the country where it happened and under Canadian law. Your main document is your government-issued marriage certificate. But remember, this certificate just proves you had a wedding. It does not by itself prove that your relationship is genuine. Common law partner. This is a person who isn't legally married to the sponsor, but has been living with them in a relationship where they live together like a married couple for at least 12 months in a row. This 12-month rule is a strict rule that cannot be bent. Anytime you spend apart during this year must have been short and temporary. Conjugal partner. This is a much rarer category for couples who have been in a serious relationship for at least a year, but have been stopped from living together or getting married by major roadblocks you can't get past, like war, persecution, or laws in their home country. This requires a lot of proof of these major obstacles and doesn't apply to most people. A strong application shows you rely on each other in every part of your life. Your goal is to provide balanced evidence across these 5 areas. Pillar number 1, financial and legal interdependence. The evidence is extremely powerful because mixing your finances and legal affairs is a big step that most people don't take lightly. It proves that you handle your money like a team. And here are some example proofs. Joint bank or credit card accounts. Provide statements that show shared financial activity like paychecks from both of you being deposited or paying for household bills together. Insurance policies show documents where one of you is named as the beneficiary on the other's life insurance, car insurance, or work benefits plan. This is an official way of saying you depend on each other. Shared ownership or property. Include legal documents for a home, car registration documents, or even receipts for big purchases you made together, like furniture or appliances. Financial support. If you are in a long-distance relationship, records of money you've sent each other through wire transfers or e-transfers are key to show you are supporting one another. Pillar number 2, proof of cohabitation. This is the most important part of a common law application and very strong supporting evidence for a spousal one. For example, you can provide joint leases or rental agreements. That's a lease with both your names on it, especially one that covers the entire 12-month period for a common law application. Shared utility bills. Bills for things like gas, electricity, internet, or your phone with both names on them are essential. A great strategy is to put different bills in different combinations of your names, all sent to the same address to show continuous proof you live there together. Government issued documents, driver's license, provincial ID cards, or your tax documents like notice of assessment from CRA that show the same address for both of you provide official proof from the government of where you live. Mail. Collect a variety of mail that has been sent to both of you or to each of you individually at the same address over time. Pillar number 3, the digital echo. In today's world, your digital communication is a dated record of your relationship from start to finish. For example, screenshots of messages. A hand-picked selection of screenshots from WhatsApp, iMessage, or social media chats is expected. It is critical that these screenshots clearly show the dates and your names. Call logs. Records from your phone company or apps that show how often and for how long you talk can powerfully show your level of contact, especially if you live in different time zones. The best strategy is to provide a sample that tells a story over time. For example, a few screenshots from every single month, from the beginning of your relationship until you apply. This creates a clear timeline that's easy for an officer to follow. Pillar number 4, public and social recognition. The immigration officer needs to see that your relationship is out in the open and that your friends and family recognize you as a couple. For example, you can provide photographs, like a selection of 10 to 20 photos is recommended. These must cover your entire relationship and show you in different situations. For example, on trips, at holidays, and most importantly, with each other's friends and family. An application with only selfies is seen as weak. Photos with other people, however, are key to show that you are part of each other's lives. Each photo must have a short caption explaining the date, location, and the people in the photo and what was actually happening at that moment. Travel documents. For any trips you've taken together or to visit one another, provide a complete record. Flight tickets, boarding passes, hotel reservations with both names, and copies of your passport pages with entry and exit stamps. Social media presence. Screenshots of public social media posts like a relationship status update on Facebook or photos of you posted by friends show a public acknowledgement of your relationship. Hi, if you've got any value from this video so far, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. It will really help push my content to more people in your situation. And feel free to leave a comment or questions down below. Pillar number 5, the relationship narrative. This is where you tie all the documents together into a clear, personal story that makes sense. Personal statements or relationship letters, both you and your partner should write a detailed letter from your own point of view. Tell your entire history, how and when you met, important moments, challenges you've overcome together, and your detailed plans for the future in Canada. This is also the perfect place to get ahead of any issues an officer might question, like a large age gap or previous marriages. Now, a common question is whether these letters should be separate or written together. Both ways are perfectly fine. It's a matter of strategy. The main goal of these letters is to give your story emotional context, connect all of your documents, and fill in any gaps in your relationship's history. Separate letters show two consistent stories from your individual perspectives, while a joint letter can highlight your unity. Next, official letters of support. These are formal letters, often notarized from close friends and family members who can act as witnesses to confirm your relationship is real. Encourage them to include specific stories or memories, which can make these letters especially powerful. I know this is a lot of detail and a lot of documents to collect, and it can feel completely overwhelming. So if you want a professional to look over your evidence to make sure it's strong, well organized, and tells the most convincing story possible, click the link in the description to book a consultation with my team. We can help you focus on what matters the most for your unique case. This brings us to a question I get all the time. Do we need to get married to apply for spousal sponsorship? Will that increase our chances? How long do we have to be married before we can apply? The answer is that getting married does not automatically lessen what you need to prove. It simply changes what you need to prove the most. For common law application, the biggest focus is on Pillar 2, proof of cohabitation. You must prove without a doubt that you live together for those 12 months. Your application needs to be filled with evidence like leases and bills that covers that entire year without any gaps. This is a strict pass-fail test. If you can't prove it, the application will be refused no matter how much you love each other. For a spousal application, the marriage certificate is the main document that gets you in the door. But the officer's focus changes to confirming that the marriage is real and not just for immigration. This means evidence of your shared life after the wedding is just as important as what came before. Things like opening a joint bank account after getting married or updating your insurance beneficiaries are crucial. Your wedding photos are just one chapter in the story, not the whole book. So, the decision to marry or to qualify as common law partners is a personal one, but it also affects the strategy for your application. If you're not sure which path is best for your situation, now is a great time to book a private consultation. We can look at your unique circumstances and suggest the best strategy for you. The single best way to reduce future stress is by saving documents as you go. And here's what you can do right now. For all couples, create a shared digital folder on a service like Google Drive or Dropbox with separate folders for each of the 5 pillars. Also, start a relationship chronicle document to write down key dates as they happen. This will be incredibly helpful for keeping your story straight later on. If you are dating long distance, at the end of each month, take a few good screenshots of your chats and save them. Carefully save all documents from your visits. Save e-tickets, boarding passes, hotel receipts with both names on them. If you're moving together, when you sign a lease, make sure both your names are on it. This will be your single most important piece of evidence to prove your move-in date. And as soon as you move in, immediately update your addresses on all official documents, your driver's license, health cards, and bank accounts. If you're engaged or newly married, save all records related to the wedding, receipts for rings, invoices from the venue, and a wide variety of photos with friends and family. After the marriage, quickly open a joint bank account and update your legal documents like wills and insurance policies to name your new spouse as the main beneficiary. This is a serious legal step that shows your commitment. Many genuine relationships are refused because of simple mistakes in how the evidence is presented. You must avoid these common traps. First, the marriage certificate is enough myth. This is the most dangerous assumption to make. An application with just a certificate and a few photos will be seen as not having enough proof and is very likely to be rejected. Second, the selfie trap. A file full of selfies is weak proof. Officers want to see that you are part of each other's social and family lives through photos with parents, siblings, and friends. 3. Inconsistent timelines. If your letter says you meet in 2021, but another form says 2022, it creates doubt and makes the officer question everything you've submitted. 4. Lack of financial intermingling. A complete lack of shared financial duties can be a major weakness, suggesting that you're leading separate lives. 5. Ignoring technical requirements. The application is now online and you have to follow the rules. Documents must be in the correct format, usually PDF, and any document not in English or French needs a certified translation. These mistakes can be devastating. In my previous video, 5 red flags that destroy your spousal sponsorship application, I dive deep into not just the most common reasons for rejection, but I also provide clear, actionable solutions for each one, so you can proactively strengthen your file. I'll link that in the description below. Building a proof of relationship file is ultimately about making a conscious effort to save records that form the foundation of your shared future in Canada. It shows you're serious and organized. By doing this as you go, you can turn your love story into a case that's impossible to deny. If you want to be certain that the foundation is solid and that your story is being told in the most convincing way possible, don't leave it to chance. Click the link below to book a consultation with my team. Let's work together to show how clear and strong your genuine relationship really is. If you've made it this far to the video, thank you so much for your support. And if you get any value from this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons because it will really help push my content to more people in your situation. And if you feel like this video would be helpful for somebody else, by all means, share it. And if you have any comments or experience you would like to share, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.